Well, hello. Hello, hello. Hey, wait, hey, nay, hey? Is that what Hi, Steph, how are you? Oh my gosh, my voice is like cracking and going out. Hello. Anna, how are you? Hi, everybody. Thanks for the hearts. Hello. I'm just fighting a little cold here. So hopefully you guys can understand me okay. Hi, everybody. So, are you guys ready to move to the next level in your business? Because I sure am. This is my season for this year, for 2015. Hey, hi Chandra, how are you? Yeah, for real. So this is my year of moving, of shifting to the next level. Thanks. I know it's. I feel like I went from sick to sicker. Like your audio's not working. Oh no. I guess you guys can hear me since some people have answered me. All right, see you in a minute. So yeah, hi everybody. Hi, how are you? So I am in this new season, 2016. I'm like growth. It's all about growth. And this is the one thing that you need to do to grow your business, right? Are you guys ready? Like, I'm not even gonna like take forever to tell you the answer, because I want to start talking about it. Yay, hearts. So the number one thing that I'm doing to grow my business this year is hire professionals. Um, and I know it might sound really simple, but it's something that I've managed to not do for, let's see, how long have I been in business? 8 years almost. So for 8 years almost, I've like pretty much never hired a professional. Is that really sad or what? And I think it's because I'm a brand, I do brands and websites. So I've always been able to create that part for myself. So I really haven't had to hire anybody for anything. Of course, I have like a CPA and stuff, which I only hired a couple years ago. I only hired a professional for a CPA, but besides that, I really have never hired anybody professionally because if you're running a business, you're always trying to run it lean. Hey, Melissa, how are you? You're always trying to run your business as lean as possible, and you just get all like tight with your dollars. And if you guys are there in that place right now, I totally feel you, because it really doesn't matter how much money you make. I think the more money you make, the tighter the grip on the money that you have. That just seems to be the way that I've always been. I feel like when I first started my business, I'm getting a lot of hearts for that, so you guys must agree. When I first started my business, I felt like it's all about investing. You're like, okay, you start your business, you got to spend money to make money, right? But once you start making money, you're like, I don't want to lose this money. And yeah, there's things you invest in that are okay, but hiring professionals was one of those things that's really hard to do. I think it's hard to give up control. It's just hard to give away money. It's hard it's hard to hire people. I think when you first start hiring people, it's a big step. Just like within your team, when like your first hire is like the hardest, I think. Once you kind of let go of that a little bit and you start hiring, it gets a little bit easier. But hiring like the big boys, or girls, obviously, actually everybody I've hired has been female, so I should say the big women, the boss ladies, that's when it gets scary. When you start hiring people that cost thousands of dollars, that's when you're like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? And so one of my employees actually just sent me an email and is like, I can't believe like all the people you're hiring right now, all the professionals, all the pros that you're hiring, and all the investments you're making in your business right now. It's a big deal. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I know it is, but it's worth it. Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, that's so cool. I know it is. It is hard. It's really hard to let go. Oh, you guys are so sweet. I'm like the first boss lady that people have hired. That's so cool. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? Like your brand and your website's gonna be one of the first things that you hire for. Hopefully, that you spend the big bucks on because it's worth it, and you'll honestly you get your investment back. So it's usually a pretty easy sell, or for me to explain to clients why they need it, because you get your money right back because you're making more money. So it's a pretty easy sell. With the people that I've hired, it's a little bit more. I'm a little bit worried about it, and maybe that's just because I don't know for sure if it's gonna pay off. I feel like it's a big gamble. Like, I literally feel like I put a bunch of chips on a poker table and just went like this and said, okay, 2016, I'm all in. And not that I spent like hundreds of thousands of dollars or anything, but definitely in the thousands, the tens of thousands, and that's scary, right? Like, it's super scary. So the people, do you guys want to know what I've hired or what I've done? I can share that with you. So I hired a business coach, and I hired her last year, the end of last year, I guess it was, Melissa, from the CEO office, and CE office. Is that how she says it? Melissa Jones. Anyways, I hired her in, I think it was November. I can't remember. I'm already like lost, but I hired her. Yeah, I love Melissa. She's amazing, you guys. She's so amazing. And you know what? Honestly, when it comes to business coaches, you got to know what you want out of a business coach, because there's a lot of really, really amazing business coaches, but I knew specifically what I wanted. And honestly, like, a lot of them, you can talk to them first and kind of like start feeling them out and seeing like how they'll help you and what their kind of like what their expertise is. Because I know there's some coaches that are more like you need like a cheerleader, like someone to kind of walk you through the steps and hold you accountable. Other coaches are like more strategic, and other coaches are more like creative and like push you in different directions and stuff. So it really depends on what you need to be coached on. For me, I really needed like a hard numbers, like hard line kind of person to coach me, and Melissa has 1000% been that for me. She really is like the corporate to my non-corporate. She comes from like more of a corporate background, and kind of more high-end corporate stuff. And so for me, kind of just like doing my business, putting it together as I went for 8 years, it was really, really awesome to see somebody that's coming from a very like business background, because that's what I needed. I didn't need really necessarily like the big thinker kind of business coach, because that's definitely like one of my strong suits. So she really complimented me in that way, like very like, just like structured and like businessy. And I really needed that. I needed that structure, that hard line kind of like, very straight with me, like, look, I love you, but blah, like, and I didn't need like necessarily I guess I kind of, everybody needs a cheerleader, but I definitely needed someone to give me ideas and help me through my process, and not just like uncover my own ideas. Does that make sense? I don't know. Anyways, so she's been awesome for that. Love her. And then the other persons I've hired is I hired a copywriter, Janine Duff, which is amazing. So I'm working with her right now, and she's developing all the copy, which is so cool because she's really developing the story of our brand. And so I would really highly recommend, if you guys are having trouble like putting into words what you do, like I'm one of those people where when I meet with a client or when I talk to them on the phone, like we hit it off, and I can explain exactly what they need and why they need it, and I can tell my story. Oh, my battery's gonna die. I can tell my story to them, and I don't struggle with that, right? Like when I get on the phone with someone, it's like we get it, right? We mesh. But when I'm online, I have a trouble like kind of telling my story, and so I really feel like this is a really good investment for my business, because I have the tendency to be able to see things like, this is kind of weird, but I see like forecasts of where business is going, and I always have been able to sort of do that, and I can see what's happening with websites and what's happening with branding. And it's becoming more and more and more and more about message and story. And so it's going to be more important, like looking in the future too, just like really, I mean, even this year, right? It's going to be getting more and more and more important to tell your story, because the graphics are getting better and better, and there's there's templates and all kinds of stuff. Not to say that what I do isn't important, because I'll get to that, but it's just not enough, right? Like the visuals are not enough anymore. You have to have strong visuals, and you have to have a strong selling proposition to tell them why they need to choose you, especially in the upper echelon, the upper tiers, when you're charging a lot for your services. Not even to say a lot, when you're charging the value of your services, when you're doing value-based business, then you do have to have like that story. You have to explain to them why they need to spend the money they need to spend. And so we're working together really to craft that story and to make people understand, why would you choose a custom website versus going to Squarespace and buying a template? Like, what's the difference? And honestly, it's a very good question, right? People don't know the answer to that. So I do know the answer to that, and I know what people would be fit here and what people would fit in a Squarespace site or whatever, or, you know, any kind of template, right? What kind of people need that and what kind of people need custom design. And I want to be very clear about that because I totally get that not everybody is ready for custom design and they're not ready and not everybody needs that, right? So I want to be clear and say, look, here's the people that need it. Are you that person? That's kind of that thing. So, so that's a big part of what I'm doing. And then the other person I hired is Ann Parker from Grit and Wit Design. She is helping me to create my branding. And so I'm actually going to do all the design and everything myself because I love design and I want to do it myself. But she's going to help me like take a look, kind of get out of my head because I have a lot of ideas of where I want to go and kind of how I want to go. But with her, like she has a package called Brand Measure, and she just asks all these deep questions. It's like the stuff that I ask other people. It's like when a psychologist like goes to a psychologist, kind of those kind of things, because you can't like diagnose yourself. I feel like, or when a doctor goes to a doctor, because you just can't see outside your head. So I literally hired her to help me just brainstorm and just kind of get this idea out of my head so that I can create and I can design it and I can go design the branding and the website. So that's what she's helping me with. So I would honestly like encourage you guys to hire someone even in your field to help you if that's what you need, because honestly, like they're going to know your field more than anybody else, right? They're going to totally get you and totally understand you. And I will be the first to tell you, I've designed other designers' logos, I've designed other designers' websites, I've designed tons of other designers' websites, I've just designed tons of wedding invitation designers and stationery designers' websites because it's just so hard to get outside your own head. So I am like okay with letting go and getting professionals. So that's my tip for you today. I know it's kind of like a little bit like about me, but I just want to, hopefully I'm giving you an example of why you need to hire a professional because it makes all the difference in the world. I can't wait to show you guys what we're working on. You guys are going to be like mind blown when you see how amazing this is what we're creating. Our current site is like it's like 3 or 4 years old, so it's going to be a huge difference. And we've just been doing, we're just stepping up, right? We're just growing. We're growing our business. It's going to be amazing. We have 4 people now, well, 5 people including me. Oh, good. Yeah, I'm glad it's helpful because I hope it's not like to feel like I'm talking about myself. I hope this is helpful. And I'm not just telling you, ooh, look at all the cool things I'm doing. I'm just telling you because I want to prove to you that it's worth it and it's like worth like pushing those chips in. Like I don't know. I might lose all of it, but I don't think so. I doubt it. But it's worth it, right? It's worth the gamble. I'm going to say, okay, here's my money. I'm investing, right? I'm putting that money in so that hopefully like on the back end, I mean, honestly, there's just no way we can fail. Like the team that I have going is amazing. We're doing something totally different. We're going to make client experience like blow everybody out of the water. So I'm so excited about it. And our team is just, you guys, I'm so blessed and so grateful for my team. They're just amazing. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of hope today to what you need to do to grow your business to the next level, just to kind of upgrade, right? Like 2016 upgrade. And love you guys so much. Thanks for listening to my raspy voice and being okay with the fact that I'm about to lose my voice. And thank you for all the hearts. You guys are lovely. Have a wonderful week, you guys. I'll see you guys soon. I can't stay away from Periscope, so I'll see you guys soon, I'm sure. This was kind of a last minute, I just was thinking about it. But see you guys soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.